Good evening and welcome to our Vespers service. It is so important that we take the time to nourish our hearts and our spirits in these days. It is so important that we allow ourselves to be present to whatever is true for us. There is no right answer. There is no right way. There is just where we are. And this circle allows us to be present in that way. So welcome. It's so good that you are here. It's the custom in this circle to say together our gathering words and also to sing together our brief songs, which we sing often through several times in the form of meditative chant. We hope that you will gather with us as we do that. And I invite you to join in our gathering words. We center ourselves to be more present to the world. We center ourselves to hear our heart's true song. In times of mourning, our heart cries out with lamentation, and we center to let that cry be heard. In times of disturbance, our hearts know how to balance. Our truest nature knows that balance is not a permanent condition. It is a series of small adjustments that you make over and over, each moment, each hour, each day, and each week. As the ground shifts, you recenter and rebalance. One small adjustment at a time can hold you steadier and can allow you to act and react as you must. Today, we celebrate the inner gyroscope, which allows us to be present and which offers inner sanctuary and peace. And now please join in our opening song. It is Come, Come, Whoever You Are, words of Rumi and the music by Lynn Ungar. Please join me in our words of affirmation and offering. In the midst of fear, trust lives within us. In the midst of chaos, peace lives within us. In the midst of sadness, joy awaits. Quiet in our soul, we have more strength than we know. We have more power than we know. We have more skill. The skill to rebalance and recenter. These small and powerful actions are gifts to ourselves and to the world. And now let's join our voices together with that of our amazing intern, Miranda, Lennox, as they lead us in singing Meditation on Breathing, words and music by Sarah Dan Jones. The center of our gathering each week is a time that we take to be present to each other and to ourselves. We do this by sharing silence, and we will do that in a few moments. But first, I ask us to just settle in and to be comfortable and present with one another as we think about touch base with just simply where we are. I invite you first just to think about how you best can be present in this time. For some of us, we use our breath as a guide, thinking of it as a line which connects us from the ground to the sky. For others of us, breath may not be the best measure, so we use something else. The relaxation, perhaps, of our shoulders, letting our shoulder blades move back towards away from our ears, allowing ourselves to just be conscious of our bodies as we quiet ourselves, just scanning ourselves physically to know where we are. Where are we holding stress and tension? Perhaps you might want to concentrate on that place and even clench a little bit if it's in your shoulders. Raise your shoulders to your ears and then let them drop. Or if it's in your feet, curl your toes and then let them go. Or if it's in your hands, make your hands into fists and then release them. And as you do that, you might want to lower your gaze or close your eyes, whichever is more comfortable for you. You might actually want to find something to hold, something that is comfortable, or you might want to find something that you can train your gaze on that is a comforting object for you. Whatever you are doing in this moment, I invite you to join with me in a scan of where you are in your emotions as well. I invite you to touch base with your fear and honor your fear. Remember that fear is something that allows us to know when we need to keep ourselves safe. Take a moment to thank your fear for being present, for all that it's doing in service of your safety. I invite you to honor your sadness. Sadness reminds us that we are connected to others, that we yearn for connection, that we yearn to be together. In this moment, acknowledge your sadness and also pay it honor. Honor your sadness and thank it for all that it is doing to remind you of your deep desire to be connected. I invite you in this moment to honor what is peaceful, powerful, or joyful within you. In times in which there is so much sadness and grief, anger and fear around us, we can feel guilty about those places where we feel peaceful, powerful, or joyful. But our peace and our power and our joy are there to serve us and to remind us of the larger scope that will also allow us to thrive. Take a moment to thank that which is peaceful, powerful, and joyful within you. And in the silence that follows, take time with whatever part of you needs to be heard, witnessed, and recognized. Take time to be present to those emotions which might feel too overwhelming to think about or contemplate alone. Take time to recognize them and to thank each of them for what they are bringing to ensure your well-being. In this spirit, let us enter into our time of shared silence. It will end with the ringing of the bowl. Please join me in our final shared song today, which is Circle Round for Freedom. It is written by Linda Hirschhorn, and it is offered to us today. The music of Joe Gelinas and the voices of our wonderful ministerial staff.
Circle round for freedom, circle round for peace, for all of us in prison. Circle for release, circle for the planet.
As you finish this time of engaging with your heart and your soul, please take with you these words of Maya Angelou. Please join me in saying them. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. May you in this week take some action each day which reminds me of you of the peace and the power and the joy within you.